Hey everybody, Superfluous Jay here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and today we're gonna try to get these two crazy Kerbonauts home from the surface of Moho, and there's another rock there, just making sure I know that it's right there, ready to be harvested. If only we hadn't gone up there to get that one that was up there first. Okay, we need to get these guys back into orbit, and then we need to get them connected with the ship. And I think a 20-kilometer orbit, just going this way, is going to be perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and do that. I would like to let the other ship go around a little bit first. Oh, and by the way, I've marked the Moho launch as 2 days from now. The Moho window is 2 days from now, and the Sentinel contract, which is 39 days from now, I've marked those to pause the game so we don't miss them like we did the Eve window. We're gonna say the Eve ship in its planning had problems, and so the people at Kerbal Space Center decided that they were going to let it go and concentrate on the mission that's going on instead of trying to get something going that when they needed to do other things. That's what we're gonna say. Okay. I was kind of hoping. Let's. Oh God, this is the last thing I need. Okay. I was kind of hoping to be able to see the other ship, but now I did see it's basically north of me, because there it is right there. So we wanna basically go the opposite way, which is this way. There we go. That's what we want to do. So let's do it. As long as we clear those mountains over there, we should be fine. And I want my apoapsis around 20. That's the goal, is 20. But also, a couple things here. We got a contract to if I took it. No, I didn't take it. I'm glad I didn't take it. There was a contract to do a specific biome study of Moho, and I had thought that I had taken that one, and I'm glad I didn't, because we're not landing again. I was going to report that I will happily eat that contract and not do it. But I don't have to now, which is nice. Let's see. I kind of want to fix my descending node at my apoapsis, if that's at all possible. Just because it'll be cheaper to do it there, because A, I'm moving the slowest possible, and B, I can combine it with the circularization burn. So let's go ahead and do that. Our descending node, we're going to do that to fix it eventually. There we go. And then we're also going to get our periapsis off of the ground. And then also fix our, where's our ascending node? There it is. It's pretty good. Periapsis of, that's 40. Yeah, see, that's too much. There we go. So, you know, it's still 0. Periapsis is 40. Totally cool with that. Okay. And we'll pretend our solar panels are kind of in the sun. Not going to worry too much about that. 3 minutes away. Let's go ahead and do this. Now, the idea here is we're going to transfer all the fuel in the lander. We're going to F5 to save. Then we're going to transfer all the fuel in the lander to the return ship. And then we're going to see how many meters per second we have in the return ship. And then we're going to make a decision of what we're going to do. And I'm pretty sure that decision is we're going to send a refueling vessel because I do not think we have what it takes. Let's see. What's our periapsis is ridiculously low. 6,000 is, let's say, not enough. We'll do this at our apoapsis, though. Let's get our periapsis up to at least 10. Our apoapsis is 14. Let's get them both at 14 just so it's kind of easy to get our connection here. And we might as well fix our last 0.1 meters per second here at our ascending node. Yeah, we are in front of the ship, so we have multiple orbits before we're going to be caring about our encounter burn with the space station. We're basically at the worst possible place to be to do a rendezvous, which is exactly what I want at this point. Because we're lower than they are. Cannot delete node. Oh, locked. Well, see, now we're the relay, which worked so well for us before. Let's go ahead and turn the computer off so we don't waste a bunch of electricity. And let's wait until we rotate around so we naturate our face in the sun, and then I'm going to go into time warp again. Just waiting until we have a connection, which will be about the time we get around the top of the planet here. We should have one any second. There we go. Okay, now we can delete our maneuver node, and now we can start planning our next maneuver node, which is going to be to meet with the station. And I kind of, now that I've put it here, I realize I actually would much rather do it here so that we meet them down here. So we have a full sun portion to connect to. Now, obviously, we're going to be missing out on the space station unless we do something like this. Yeah, actually, this is smarter anyway. No, it isn't. Never mind. This is the worst way to do it because that means we're going to meet them right as we get to the point where the sun goes. So let's go forward in orbit and see if this is better. Nope, it's going to be garbage no matter what we do. So let's go. Come on, let me do this. Let's go back in orbit and just accept that that's where we're going to do it. And then we'll tweak it once we get there. And then at least we'll have coverage, I guess. Go ahead and hit T. Let's aim at this node. Let's also make sure we do have our solar panels in the sun, so we're good. It's 3 hours away. The Moho window is 2 days away. And there's our target. 54 seconds, 15 meters per second burn. A probe wouldn't be able to do this, but because we have Kerbals in the seed, even though they're not pilots, they can do it. Now, we can't get rid of the maneuver node, which is annoying. That means we have to just kind of get as close to that maneuver node as possible and then wait. So now we're going to wait because the encounter markers are telling us what the maneuver says. There we go. So now we can delete this. And what is our distance? 8.7 kilometers. If we were to speed up a little bit, what does that do? It makes everything go crazy. I can't see it. Position intersects 8.9 kilometers, so it's worse. So let's go retrograde. 8.3, 7.9, 7.4. Yeah, it's not getting any better. Let's go radial in. 7.1. Retrograde again. Nope, it's getting worse. Okay, then we're just gonna have to fix it. We're gonna have to brute force fix it here, and it's because we're too far in. That's just the way it is. So right here, we're gonna warp here, and we'll just fix it the old-fashioned way. We will burn like this. And then we're going to watch what happens to our orbit. Our orbit is going kind of that way. No? I hate not knowing. I think we're going to have to do the very cheesy version, and when we get super close, just burn at it. I hate to do it because it's wasting fuel that we kind of would like. There we go. 0.1 kilometers. Didn't waste that much fuel. But there's our ship. It is in 4 minutes, so let's go ahead and time warp to it. 90 seconds away. That should get us very, very close. Let's mark this occasion with an F5. Now the ship itself does not have a docking port on it. The return ship, or it has a docking port. I'm sorry, it doesn't have a probe core. So we are going to have to get very close to it. And you know what? No, I didn't. I thought I had included electric charge, or I'm sorry, monoprop into this thing, but then forgot electric charge. But that is not true. Let's see. Let's get into locked mode. We want to kind of go over here. We're going to have to do the old-fashioned docking here. And the sun is going to be setting soon, which is never ideal. But with any luck, we will nail this right beforehand. Let's just control from here. I cannot set the docking port as target. There we go. Set as target. You're basically perfect. Let's F5 because this might take a try or two. Let's get ourselves heading right at it. Let's make it a good 1 meter per second, just so we don't get any wandering. And we have just fallen into night, which makes it so fun. And we're going to bounce pretty hard, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah. Turn the computer off, do a little rotating, and boom, we are in. Okay, now we need to do some fuel transfer here. And I hope it'll work, actually. Now that I say that, I'm not 100% sure we can fuel transfer because there's a decoupler here. Let's find out. Let's just open this up and open this up, and no, we cannot fuel transfer. Well, that's annoying. Okay, let's go ahead and undock. Don't want to wander too far away. Mariah, get out. Go into this mode. Nope, we cannot do it. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit F9 because I want to try something here. Go ahead and flip yourself retrograde. Oh wait, we haven't started moving towards it yet. Okay, Mariah, hop out now. Do you not have... You have RCS fuel. Why can't you RCS? You have fuel? You don't have fuel. Why don't you have RCS fuel? Get this window out of the way. There we go. I guess because I put it in there, it never got... It gets refilled at the time of going into the pod, apparently. And it never went in the pod because it was transferred. That's amusing. Okay, we're going to try here something I hate to do, and that is construction mode while not on a ladder. And yes, you can do it now. Oh, no, you can't. Okay, we can't transfer the fuel. Which is less than ideal. We do have one more chance. So you say there's a chance. Let's go ahead and try this here. Actually, let's hit F9, because now we know that this won't do it. Let's go ahead and get docked again. Let's get docked again, and let's turn the computer off and rotate a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now, hop out again. Let's try this here. Hop out and then board immediately. And then hop out again. And now you have your EVA propellant. So hey, we just learned something. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're going to we can do this. Let's go in I mode. I don't know if this will work because things are heavier now than they were before. We just put this engine on here. Take this off. Put it on here. Take this off and put it on here, and take this off. Yes, you can. And put it on here, and then take this off. And put it here, then board, and now we can transfer this fuel into here. Look at that. Let's transfer this liquid fuel out. I don't even know if it's worth it. But now let's go ahead and get you back out. Up and down the ladder. Go into I mode. Take this off. Rotate it until the game likes me. Enough to put it there. And everything on this ship now is garbage, except we want a couple more solar panels. If a couple... Oh, this might as well put this back. Who knows? Maybe someday we'll come back to Moho and want a lander with no liquid fuel in it. Oh, we also definitely want this. Most definitely. We can put this... Is that the front or the back? I never know which way is the front, which way is the back. Let's just put it on the side here. How's that sound? Put it right here. Actually, I know which way is the front, which way is the back, because she's... No, she's attached to this one. Okay, and then a solar panel. Let's see, we got a solar panel there. So let's put a solar panel here. And a solar panel over here. That'll cover us pretty well. We don't need reaction wheels. We don't need the science. That is all correct. Okay, so get out of construction mode. There are no experiments in this lander can. They are all in the pod here. Yes, the 39 data in the pod. That was annoying. Board anyway, dump your experiments. Okay, you on the other hand are going to just transfer into this thing. Now we're going to hit F5. We are going to get rid of this. Somehow I got a crew report even though nobody's in it, and we are going to see what we got. We have 2,310 meters per second. Obviously not enough, and obviously we are in a terrible position to eject. Because we need to be going this way. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to have one burn like this. Right? Then one burn out here to rotate us here. No. Like that. And that burn also has to give us enough periapsis to be able to not die. Then a maneuver node somewhere around here to actually eject. No. Somewhere around here to actually eject. This makes me think that we're going backwards. Let's check our sun orbit. I feel like we're slowing it down. Nope, we're speeding it up. So that's good. Okay, so let's do maneuver 3. Let's just add a bunch of prograde to it. A lot of prograde to it. And see what we got here. That'll get us to Kerbin. This is basically what we're looking at as far as burns are concerned. So let's see what these maneuvers are. Maneuver 3 is 1682 and 296. We have it. We can't slow down at Kerbin, but we can get there. Now if we set Kerbin as a target, the problem is now getting our close approach when this is the thing, but we can do that whenever is convenient. So I think we do these first 2 burns, then we use the waypoint manager to figure out the last burn. So let's kill maneuver 3 and just do maneuvers 1 and 2. Because what we can do is we can get a ship to meet it in Kerbin orbit and transfer everything out, and then maybe even give it enough fuel to slow down or something like that, so that we don't have to come back to Moho is the plan. that's the big idea, is don't come back to Moho. So we can do basically an asteroid rendezvous mission, but with our Moho ship. That shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so we're aimed at this thing. Let's go ahead and warp to it. So we don't need this Kerbin to Moho window to alert us, basically, is what we're saying. So we will happily leave Moho behind, which is kind of what I was hoping. I was hoping we'd be able to do that. My secondary thing was maybe we can get an even counter that'll kick us up into a Kerbin intercepting orbit and then rendezvous there. But whoa, that was usually I check for that. Usually I check for that kind of thing. I wish I had, because that would have been fun to watch come, but hey, what are you going to do? Freaking myself out. Okay, let's go ahead and there we go. Kill this. Now, this one still gives us a nice low periapsis. Yes, it does. So let's aim at it. Make sure we have a solar panel in the sun. We do. Let's time warp to it, 3 days away. We're committing to not needing another transfer to Moho. But we basically know that, so that's fine. Sentinel is still in 35 days, so that's going to be coming before we get back. Okay, so now we're out here. Quickly do this burn. Not the best burn ever, to be honest. Is it worth fixing though? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and check this because we don't know which direction we want to leave here anyway. So burning to Kerbin in 96 days. Let's go ahead and create this maneuver and see what it looks like here. 28. See, that is nowhere near what we want. That is redonkulous. So we're gonna not do that. We're just going to we're gonna burn right now. I'm not gonna do anything stupid like that. So right here, right now, we're gonna do this burn. And it's gonna be like, it was like what, 1400 or something? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's actually going to get our apoapsis and our descending node right about where we want to be. So I think this is perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and add some to it. And then we're going to do this, and then we're just going to wait for an encounter. That's the way it's going to work. And this is 1650 of our 1962. And then we can use the other 300 to actually encounter Kerbin. And then we'll worry about getting you guys home. So that's in 3 days. Let's go ahead and time warp to it. Don't know if we'll have comms at that point. We'll find out. Looks like we do. Looks like our comms are still north of us. Yeah, that satellite stayed north of us this entire time, which is nice. And even though it's on the other side of the planet, you know, left and right, it's so far above us that it's still in range, which is what makes that such a nice thing. Okay, 2 minute and 59 second burn. Those are ridiculously long as far as I'm concerned. We all know how I feel about long burns. Luckily, we can 4 times time warp without any trouble because this vessel is so eensy. But we'll get this burn done. We'll say goodbye to Moho for the final time. Thank you for what you gave us. But as soon as we get down to about 30 seconds or so, I will slow down my time warp, slow my roll. And then zoom out here because we want to make sure we don't go too far as all this is concerned. It actually looks like we want to go a little bit less. So as soon as I'm going to kill this, and as soon as my apoapsis and descending node hit Kerbin's orbit, I'm going to stop. There we go. Okie doke. Now, when we get here, add a maneuver. Let's see what we can do. If we speed up, yeah, see, that's coming right afterwards, so we don't have that. So what if we go out here? No, it'd have to be here. Add a maneuver here. Let's go forward in orbit. Yeah, this whole thing about the way it finds encounters just drives me a little nuts. What would it take to fix our descending node out here? Probably ridiculously too much. Let's actually delete that. Okay. Yeah, ridiculously much. So we might end up doing a sun rendezvous. I don't know. But for now, see this. I hate this. See, it says this closest approaches in 386 days. But that's like an orbit and a half from now, which I hate. It shouldn't do that. I mean, it almost seems like it's finding a another one here. Yeah, what if I set Minmus as a target just for the fun of it? Then it at least doesn't do anything like that, but it doesn't help. So, but anyway, that's it as far as this is concerned. Sentinels in 32 days. Let's go ahead and get these guys out of Moho's sphere of influence. With their 321 meters per second of fuel, we might be able to toss away all but one of these fuel tanks. I should have thought of that. I'm sure Mariah won't mind doing a little work with the nuclear engine while it is there we go. We are in sun orbit. Let's try this here. Mariah, hop on out. I mean, it's just a nuclear furnace, right? Yeah. Go ahead and put this up here. And then actually going back out of I mode, you come in here. We're going to transfer all the fuel. I should have thought of this before the burn. There you go. Now this has no fuel and this has no fuel. So Mariah, go ahead and hit I. Take this off and just toss it into space. Take this off. Go ahead and toss them into space together. Take this off and put it back on the ship. And then get back in. Come on. Didn't really give us very much more, so not a big deal. But hey, we're a little less. I don't know. Now, we're not going to be able to make maneuver nodes for very much longer unless we have a Kerbin window. So let's try unsetting Minmus as our target. Let's set Kerbin as our target again. Let's add a maneuver. If we plus an orbit and then plus an orbit again, there we go. That's much better. This will do it. Let's focus our view on Kerbin. We're just going to try to get a periapsis very close to Kerbin. And I think we're just going to do that. And then in the resulting orbit here, I know this is going to be multiple years away. You guys are just going to have to deal with it. Actually, in the resulting orbit here, which I think is going to be this green one. If we maneuver 2, go up a bit. No. Now we need it on the other orbit. So delete maneuver 2. It's not green, it's going to be the orangey yellow one. This, yeah, because it changed the color. So there we go. That right there is exactly what I'm talking about. And I might even try to come right over the pole just to make the interception as easy as possible. Something like that. 257. And then maneuver 2 is, oops. Maneuver 2 is like 50. So we have it. Barely. So that'll do it. That'll get us back home. Let's go ahead and mark this occasion with a maneuver node alarm that will pause the game. Let's actually put it an hour ahead of time. And that is a year from now. So that's going to be a while. So you guys are going to be in space for a while. Let's go ahead and check out the Sentinel. We got 32 days before his burn. Let's go ahead and jump to it. It's literally the only thing to do. And we're going to finish the episode off with this Sentinel being in the correct orbit, I think is a good way to do this. Probably shouldn't be aiming that at the sun. Not that it matters, but you probably shouldn't. Let's go ahead and time warp him to his maneuver node. Don't need this alarm anymore. And this is the maneuver node that gets him ideally into his target orbit, but it's looking like we might end up having to do another one because we're farther away from the target orbit than I kind of thought we would be here. But it's only 40 seconds away, so let's find out. We have plenty of fuel. Oh, we're already in the target. No, we're not. I was going to say we're already in the target orbit, but we're not. We were so close to the ship that the orbit like faded away. So, in a perfect world, this orbit will just vanish in a second, and then we'll have it. That's funny. The liquid fuel fuselage looks like it has a question mark on it, but I think that's just a... Okay, our target orbit is now gone. So we are now in the correct orbit. Contract complete, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's check out our Sentinel orbit. Reach the designated orbit, map 14 asteroids. All we need to do now is turn it on. Will happen passively. And then the other one that we have is the wherever it is. Yeah, 2 new comets. This will happen passively. As long as active sentinels... See, yeah, active sentinels are operating. I think we have to, like, activate this thing. Log observation data. Okay, let's transmit it. Then let's go ahead and... Oh, I just remembered one other thing I wanted to do. Start object tracking. The Sentinel is now mapping asteroids and comets passing near Kerbin orbit. Okay, so in theory, this will now just get us a contract eventually. We do have one more thing to do. This guy. Switch to him. We need to get his orbit in the correct way, so we can do a scan. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just bang this contract out and then be done. Let's see. Perform orbital survey. 25 and 1250 kilometers. So this is within 25. So this guy just needs to be under 1250. Add a maneuver to slow down. Oh, we should probably... There we go. And 1250. That'll do it right there. 285. It's only 69 meters per second, so we can do this. Yeah, this mission had a lot tighter fuel budget than I thought it would. Nothing's happening for the next 3 days. Let's go ahead and go to it. I should also watch his electric charge. I don't know if that'll actually put him in the sun, but who cares, right? And all we care about is getting our apoapsis below 1250. There we go. So now let's actually get that solar panel in the sun just to make sure. And let's perform the orbital survey and see what our electric charge does here. 23. Yeah, we're going to have plenty. 50. Uploading data. And 70 science. And we know something about Moho. It's garbage for ore. Not that we care. Okay. That also, though, completes a contract, which is nice. What are we looking at as far as money is concerned now? We have $2.7 million. We ideally now are done with Moho, except for we haven't brought the Moho stone back. We have done that. Perform a manned return from orbit. Yeah, the vessel actually has done, so we need to dock with it and transfer it fuel. Tracked vessel manned Moho ship. Build a new unmanned probe that has an antenna and can generate power. That's Gilly and Eve. So yeah, we're done with Moho, except for obviously the ship returning. So let's head back to Space Center and see what we need for the other ship, whatever it's called. Not the other ship, the research and development. What do we need? 3 million and something. I know that. 3.3 million. So we're getting close. We're less than $1 million away to unlocking R&D. We still have 408 science. If you look here, we've actually unlocked like everything. I even dug into the into here to get some fuel tanks, but I ended up not using them because I didn't like any of these fuel tanks. So for our next ship, the funny thing is like Moho to me is the only one that really needs a nuclear engine. It doesn't even really need a nuclear engine. It's just a lot easier with a nuclear engine. But that's like the only place I would spend my money right now is getting these other things to get better liquid fuel tank only, liquid fuel only tanks, I should say. But for now, I think I'm happy. And we also got this, the RTG, which I don't think is all that necessary, to be honest. I don't see any reason why I would rush unlocking the RTG. But we're good. Next time, we're going to launch some kind of ship to Jewel. I don't know what. And we're going to launch eventually a ship to Elu and eventually a ship to Drez. And then we're going to finally do our Eve stuff when that comes around again. And hopefully by then we might actually have those contracts, because now that I think about it, the active contracts we have, this one here is going to get us 45, which is nothing. Map these 14 asteroids. That's 140. Bring a Moho stone back with you, 140, and then the man thing, this is 500,000. So when we get back from Moho, which is a while from now, granted, we're going to have enough to unlock R&D. So that's pretty exciting. I hope you're looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to it myself. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it on YouTube. It helps me so much. If you are not, please subscribe. That also helps me so much. I am Superfluous J, though, and I will, as always, talk at you later.